Welcome to the Radical Retro Rewind podcast. This is the first time that we are trying this live thing out. And to do that, I have a very, very special guest, my friend, all the way from the GCap Recap channel, Jeff. Thank you so much for doing this.
Wow, you said it's very special guest, so I was waiting for somebody else's video to pop up here. I thought maybe there would be some...
It's you, my friend. It's you. Today is all about
I was like,
you.
Who's going to be the guest? Great. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you for having me on here. I am super stoked about this, and I'm very humbled to be a part of your first live video recording podcast. So this is awesome. This is awesome. I'm stoked.
And it's all thanks to Jeff here, really. And Jeff here, your channel. Can you tell the lovely folks a little about what you do on the GCap Recap and all the fun you have over there?
Yeah,
I am definitely a fan of this man.
Thank you. I feel the same. So that's great.
Much.
Yeah, so on my YouTube channel or Instagram, I always, I like to review movies. I like to talk about movies. Sometimes I'll do it jokingly. Sometimes I'll do it serious. I have a problem. I'm an addiction to collecting all kinds of movies and buying stuff. And I just love to share. I'll buy stuff like cool t-shirts and I don't know. I just like to interact and talk and just, I don't know. My main goal is to try to get people to laugh. But, sometimes I'll give a serious opinion, but I don't know. It's just, I guess the pitch for my channel is what it's, I'm at my bar like I am now, and you're having a seat at the bar, and we're just kind of chatting. So, but it's a lot of fun. So I got season 2 that's coming up. So I'm going to be,
September.
It's going to be pretty fun. I hope everybody likes it, but yeah. It'd be a whole new format, new audio, new video, new look, new format, but way more fun. I mean, I'm gonna get a little bit more crazier. So,
but same heart. Awesome. No, truly. When Jeff says that it's like sitting at the bar with a friend, I really feel like that comes through in your videos right away. You have such a friendly vibe, very welcoming, and I always laugh, so I think he succeeds, everybody. So please check him out. And today, though, we are here to talk a little old movie from 1987, Jaws 4, The Revenge. Now, Jeff, what is your history with Jaws? Now, this is your Jaws, the original Jaws, is your top movie? Is it your favorite movie?
Favorite all-time movie. It is the perfect movie. There's nothing wrong with the movie. It's the cast, the length, the music, everything. It's the most perfect movie. I would never change it. So Jaws is my favorite movie. Sure, there's a lot of other movies I like. Like I always talk about, Evil Dead 2 is I love, and Near Dark. There's a lot of different movies I love, but Jaws, I mean, gosh, look behind. I'm just looking at myself.
I was just about to say, if everyone can see behind. And the Jaws shirt, Jeff.
Yeah.
Please show this shirt off.
Yeah,
if anyone can't see it, this is amazing. It looks like a comic book.
Yeah.
And Jaws is roaring as famous as in this movie.
Yeah, we'll get into all that, but this is from Fright Rags. This is actually the guys are getting a little preview because this is the first episode for season 2. Is my Fright Rags purchases. I bought a bunch of Jaws stuff from Fright Rags. They just came out with, so this is one of them, and it's while Jaws, and I guess Ryan, I would say Jaws is my favorite movie. It probably took me maybe 10, 11 years ago to where I just came to terms and thought Jaws of Revenge is not a bad movie. Jaws of Revenge is my favorite shark comedy of all time. That's how
is that beautifully stated? Beautifully stated. Comedy, but at the same time, you get the feeling that they were going for an Oscar, some of these people. I think that really were thinking that this was going to be something.
Yeah. Yes. This is definitely deadpan. This is definitely played to be completely serious.
So serious. I mean, a soap opera-esque almost storyline.
Meanwhile, they had aspirations for trying to resurrect the Jaws franchise, but they didn't realize what they, I guess, created instead was, Jaws Revenge is like a sci-fi shark movie before sci-fi was out. So that's what it is.
And yet, strangely, still looks better than what the Sci-Fi Channel can produce today with CGI.
Yeah, and that's a low bar too with Bruce 4, as I like to call him. So, or I like to call him Muppet Jaws. I think he's cute.
Jeff,
I think he's a cute shark.
I have to say, he's quite cute. He's quite cute and lovable. Yeah. Yes. Come on, he won't let Ellen Brody go. He's following her. He's following that trail of love.
He's following her.
Take us back to 1987 when you saw this poster. We had a story. We were talking prior to recording, and I just love this story. So if you wouldn't mind.
Yes. So Jaws 2, I love these movies. Jaws 3, saw that in the theater as well. That one always, even back then, was kind of like, it didn't feel like a Jaws movie. There's not a lot of whatever. So that was in 83. So this is 4 years later. And so many things that come out since then. Back to the Future, and I could keep going on. There was just so many movies that came out. So I just forgot about it. So good segue into that is Michael J. Fox was at his peak, right? And he was doing a movie called Secret of My Success. So my sister and I went to the movies to see it. And I remember, I don't know if they still do this, but back then they used to keep promotional posters for movies right by the door when you'd go in, so you'd see it. Nowadays they have them in the lobby, but they'd have it right there by the door.
Yeah.
I'm going in there with my popcorn and my soda, and I look up at the wall and I see Jaws, the Jaws head from the poster where it's coming up, up underneath Chrissy to eat her, but he's out of the water. And it's just a beautiful background, pink background, and it just says Jaws coming Jaws 4, or it's Jaws Revenge coming this summer. This time it's personal. So I was like, whoa, oh my God.
You were ready.
I could not stop thinking about this poster the entire time I was watching Secret of My Success. And Secret of My Success, hilarious film. Michael J. Fox is great in it. I just couldn't stop thinking. I was thinking to myself, oh, there's a new Jaws movie coming. I was so excited. So excited.
Possibilities, right? The possibilities.
And I didn't know anything about it. They didn't have any names. That's all it said. Coming this summer. And so I didn't know when in the summer, but my birthday's in the summer. I was all excited. I couldn't. So yeah, that's when I first heard about this movie.
July 17th, by the way, of 1987. Ooh.
July 17th. Yep.
So this was after the 4th of July.
Yep.
But this is a Christmas movie, ?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I would say this is a Christmas movie. If Die Hard's a Christmas movie, so is Jaws.
There's a lot of caroling through this movie as well. So they remind you that, yes, it's Christmas time.
Yes. So I guess should we talk about the movie, or I guess we'll go into the movie now?
Let's jump into it, Jeff.
Yeah. So if you've never seen Jaws: The Revenge, right? I remember. All right. So I'm just trying to remember. When I went and watched it in the theater, I was so excited. Right. The first 15 minutes of this movie, it's legit. It is.
Yeah, I agree.
It's scary.
I agree.
It's dark. It's very odd too, because usually with Jaws it's always in the summer, and Amity, so we go back to Amity, so we leave that whole Jaws 3 thing in the. I'm sorry, I don't like. I'm just not into Jaws 3.
Speaking of that, right?
Yeah.
Don't you feel that Jaws 3 gets a better rep than Jaws 4? And I agree that. God, don't take away our credibility, people, but Jaws 4 is better than Jaws 3, or more entertaining.
It's definitely even unintentional. I say, it feels like a Jaws movie.
Yes, definitely.
It feels like a Jaws movie. It takes place around. Well, I guess though, without going too much into the movie, they do wind up going to the Bahamas, but it takes place in Amity, and in 3, it's referenced that they went to
Yes.
Amity, that they lived in Amity, and that they had these shark things when they were kids. But they make it like just, like, oh, hey Ryan, like remember that one time I had a head cold, back in March of like,
Yeah, that was a bummer. There was a few
2010.
days that you were like, yeah, totally out of it.
Yeah, I mean, they almost freaking died. Like the shark. I mean, I would never. I wouldn't even take a damn bath.
Twice.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Twice before.
And no one cares. So, that's not that big of a deal. It's like, it's a thing. You're like, because Ryan, remember when we grew up, we were almost attacked by sharks.
All the time. Every weekend, right? I mean, I'm every other day, just out there.
You've seen it eat your friends in front of you. It's pulled helicopters down. The normal thing sharks do. Chase you everywhere and won't even leave you alone. Yeah, that's what happens. So that's only alluded to. And I don't know. They had the mother and there's the baby shark. The theme's only played one time for maybe a minute, 30 seconds. Yeah.
What do you think that was? Were they thought people were sick of the theme? Could that be possible? Or were they trying to really distance themselves from the previous films?
Well, I guess the history on Jaws 3 was after Jaws 1 and Jaws 2 happened, how many more Jaws you can make, right? So Jaws 3 was originally going to be a legit comedy called Jaws 3 People Zero. And it was going to be about
not know that.
I've read the script. This actually would have been pretty good.
Better than what we got then. Wow.
Yeah. So, and they were gonna make it about it was a whole parody, right? So it's I don't want to go down the story too much, but that's what it was supposed to be.
That's interesting.
They decided to make it legit, and they wanted to 3D was hot back then. So you had like Space Hunter 3D, you had Friday the 13th Part 3. So they all countless movies. I know I'm skipping some, but mainly
Freddy did 3D at some point in the 80s, right? Maybe that was 90s.
Yeah, it was later, but I mean, they at that time in the 80s, they jumped right on the 3D thing. So think about that on paper. Jaws in 3D coming at you. Oh my God, it's all I could think of. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be the scariest movie ever.
Yeah, you would think.
Yeah, effects were awful. It was the 3D gave me I didn't like it. I haven't watched it on HBO later, and a year later, whenever it came out, and I still was just kind of like, it was an action movie.
Yeah.
I feel like it was an action movie. I just didn't like it. So when you have something like Jaws 4, when you're in Amity, you're not in Florida. First of all, SeaWorld, by the way, like it's not near the ocean at all. So in Florida, like I used to live by SeaWorld. It used to take me 90 minutes. Yeah, I used to seriously. It used to take me 90 minutes to get to the ocean. So I don't know what the hell they're talking about. I don't know what kind of canal or lagoon they had, but I mean, I'll suspend reality for something like that. Does not still though. It was just I don't like it, and I like Dennis Quaid. Right?
Yes.
Louis Gossett Jr. is a fine actor. He had just come off winning an Academy Award for Oscar and a Gentleman. I mean, Officer and a Gentleman. And then Bess Armstrong, she just snarks people, and the entire movie, she kind of sends everyone. She's like, the mother is inside the park. The baby is inside the park. Like everything's always, and I'm like, I know. Stop. I follow what's going on. I get it.
Just in case you need her to spell it out for you.
Yes. Leah Thompson's in it.
Oh yeah.
What's that one guy's name? John something. John Putch. He's in Men at Work. He plays one of the cops in Men at Work. He's in a lot of stuff. He's funny. He's usually a comedic actor. He's probably the best part of that movie to me. I like. Was he one of the people that were stayed over from when it was supposed to be a comedy? Still, I wonder if they had hired him. I don't know. I'd like to ask him. I know he's very open to talking about Jaws 3. So some people Dennis Quaid acts like he was so coked up he doesn't remember it. Like he legit is just like, Leah Thompson. I mean, she did Howard the Duck, and as much as that's panned, they're like, "Do you want to talk about Jaws 3?" She's like, You want to talk about Howard the Duck? Yeah.
So poor Howard gets a lot of hate too.
Yeah, I've always liked that movie. I don't know why everybody hates it so much.
I really and the song Howard the Duck.
I love that song. I don't understand what people were expecting even as a child. It was a talking duck. It was based on a comic book.
Exactly.
Tim Robbins is in it. Tim Robbins is a fine actor.
That's right. Elevates it, truly.
Fine actor. And you wouldn't have, if you were telling me he was going to be in something like Shawshank Redemption later on, I'd be like, no way, man. No way. That guy? No, he was great. But, so that movie is just, without talking too much about Jaws 3,
But good setup that, like, this is following Jaws 3. They must have thought, okay, yeah, let's bring it back to the beginning kind of thing.
Yeah. People will shit. Oh, can I curse on here? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. All right. People will shit on Jaws the Revenge. And it's funny, right? It's like it's a thing, right? Jaws 3, though, somehow gets a pass, even though they're like, it's bad. But not as bad as Jaws 4. And I'm like, whoa, hold on a second. Wait, what? Hang on. And I'm not trying to defend Jaws 4. This could have been done a lot better. We deserved better. This is the last thing of official Jaws history is Jaws the Remake.
That's true. I'm surprised that they haven't tried to bring Jaws back even. Or was this actually the final harpoon, the final nail, the final straw?
No, they had one at a summer blockbuster. I think one of the studio had, I could be a little wrong. Yeah, I don't like to cheat on my phone. I try to just remember what I can remember. The studio head, one of the studio heads was married to Lorraine Gary, that played Ellen Brody.
Okay.
So I think part of it he wanted to bring back to do a summer blockbuster, but also he wanted to give his wife a starring role. So what was she best known for?
Right.
Jaws.
Right. Ooh.
Tried to get Roy Scheider to come back. He was contracted to do Jaws 2. He did not want to do Jaws 2. He did it kicking and screaming. He was miserable. By all accounts of what I've heard, from what I've read and all that. Like, I don't think this is, like, I'm not making this up. It was on record that he hated it. Jaws 4, he thought about it. He read the script. He was supposed to die in the first 5 minutes. He said, absolutely not. Thank you, Roy Scheider, because you cannot kill Sheriff Brody. Are you insane?
But they do it off camera with a heart attack. Is that even worse?
Yeah, but you know what, though? It's kind of like the shark the shark got him.
The shark did it.
Yeah, but he used to smoke, too. Maybe it was the cigarettes. To see Jaws munch him, oh my! I can't.
You're right. To have him being killed by a shark would have been like, for the character, would have been a kick in the pants. I agree.
I love Sheriff Brody. I don't know if he's on camera.
Yes, he's right up the
here. He's like peeking out. He's like my.
Thank you for your service.
Yes.
What happened? So they kill him with a heart attack, which Ellen says it was because of the shark. Yeah, now, is her accent? I mean, I am a native New Yorker, but is she supposed to have a New York accent? Because there's some words that really, like, don't go back in the water. Like, she'll really like.
They were supposed to be New Yorkers that moved to. I mean, I guess that's more like Massachusetts, right?
Right, like a Massachusetts-esque.
Martha's Vineyard. So, that's, I think they make a joke in the first Jaws about you have to say "yad." I'm gonna drive my car, So, but yeah, I think I think they're supposed to be like New York City people. So
now, did she remember that, or was she just like that? That just, I wonder if that just came out. Don't stay out of the water.
I think she's just with some sass. She might be really from New York.
Maybe she is, actually. Yeah, maybe she is.
Jaws 4, The Jaws Revenge. The first 15 minutes is awesome. So. You tell me, man. If you want to lead, go ahead. I will.
No, please. This is your series, and please take the wheel. Pretend you're flying the plane and I get to drive the plane like in this movie for a moment, and I don't know how
I feel like we're like 20 minutes in. We haven't even talked. We haven't even gotten into the movie yet. We've done like a retrospective on Jaws.
That's the radical retro way. We talk. It never gets into it.
stream of conscience. But so the movie starts out with a great score. Someone took the Jaws theme, and you have a little bit of the Jaws theme, and you have some extra stuff that's been added, which is very good, which is a very good score. The Jaws theme is awesome in Jaws 4. Another good thing about Jaws doesn't get credit for it. And they have the point of view of the shark being underwater. It does this thing where it comes up out of the water. So I just imagine like the Jaws is like, Jaws shark is running around like checking out everything above, and no one sees him. Like no one sees this giant fucking head, right?
That's what they make it like. Yeah, they're just okay.
Yeah.
Check it out, things.
He just like pops up, like, "What's up, dudes?" So anyway, it's kind of doing that so that Jaws is in the harbor. Jaws shark is in the harbor, and then it goes. You can tell it's Christmas because Ellen Brody is and Sean is now Brody, the son, is now the sheriff. He took over for his dad.
It was a nice little homage, I thought.
Yes, and they have that same picture that I have there of Roy Scheider on their wall, just to let them know, that was his cameo. There you go. And the police station, they have him on the police station as like the former sheriff.
I love it.
So that's what I mean. I believe this whole thing about this was supposed to be her vehicle because she has a whole like, "Hi guys," like she has one of those entrances, like, you know what I'm talking about, when it's like, "Oh, like look who it is," like I can't believe it.
If it was a sitcom, you would hear the clapping and the applause.
Yeah, right. And
she would hold.
The director is a TV director. Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about the director. Absolutely. So, but she has this big thing, so it's like, oh, she's a big star. Like she was a secondary character in the other movies, but okay, let's see where this goes. Whatever. So, Sean's supposed to check in at the station. Somebody was busy doing something else, like helping somebody. My memory's going a little fuzzy here, but he was helping something out. So there was a log or some kind of obstruction that went into the channel, and they needed him to go scoop it up, even though he didn't want to. But
he was on the way out a few times, but. He got him called back. Come on, come back.
Yep. Every time he was about to go, Polly's like bringing him. So that was nice. That was nice to get a little cameo there, right? So
yes, I agree.
They put in some cameos. So it's very, very much.
It feels like Jaws, like you're saying. Yes, I agree.
Feels like Jaws. And so Sean begrudgingly goes out there, and there's also, you feel a little sense of safety too, because I'm telling you, this is a really good scene. Like you feel this sense of safety. It's the winter time, and everything's decked for Amity's all decked and dressed out for Christmas.
Yes,
the kids are there with the choir guy, and they're singing. Yeah, there's
Silent Night, I believe, right? Is it Silent Night? Yeah.
Silent Night, and then I think they go into the first Noel, right?
Yes.
As he gets out there, like as he starts going out. So they're singing all the carols, and they're waving, and you feel like someone's there, like they're going to be able to help, but you feel that sense. So anyway, he gets, he sees this log, and he's trying to scoop it up with the hook, and he can't because it's too big. So he reaches down to get his arm, and Bruce 4 jumps out, smack, but it's not even like it's this weird like jump cut.
You couldn't even tell if you didn't.
It gives you a freaking seizure. I mean, it's ridiculous.
It really almost like it's spit. I agree. It's like a spitting shot, but then you kind of like you see blood.
Yeah, you feel like it's like blood, and then it's just the whole thing's a mess. But it takes Sean's arm off.
Yes.
So he's in the boat and he's bleeding. He's like, "Oh, help!" And he's screaming for help, but no one can hear him because the damn kids are singing the first Noel, right? So he's leaning over the boat, help, help. Well, the shark comes this way and totally wrecks his ass, right? And he's out of the boat. They pull him down one last time. The jaw shark pulls him down one last time. Bruce 4 pulls him down one last time, and then destroys the boat, sinks the boat.
Yes.
Right. So you're like, when I remember as a little kid being like, holy shit, dude, he took off his fucking arm. and he
Yes.
wrecked him out of the boat like he was toying with the guy. And then he ate him. And I'm like, oh my
Yes.
God, a Brody's dead. Then no Brody's never die. Shocking. So this movie, the first 15 minutes, awesome.
I
Right?
agree. Even that soundtrack while it's playing,
Yep.
that counterbalance of the horror and the terror with them, the kids singing in the choir, I think that's fantastic as well.
It really is. Of all the things, just that scene is better than any scene in scarier than any scene in Jaws 3.
Amen. So
Probably,
true.
probably. Okay, so Chrissy's death in Jaws is pretty iconic, right? At the very beginning. This is definitely right after that the best death in the entire Jaws series. I will go on record. GCap
Oh,
Recap. Go on record. That is the best death.
the
I
seal
mean,
of approval.
that is a vicious death.
I
Like,
agree. I mean, not you get the arm ripped off,
right?
and then, oh man. So, do you think with Ellen, I can't tell Jeff if she's acting amazing or terrible? It's like, I don't know if that makes sense, because there's parts that I'm like, wow, I really feel her emotion, and then there's other times it looks like she's phoning it in, or is that
Yeah.
just the performance of this amazing performance of a woman losing it?
It's so crazy because no, I mean you're right. I think I mean she tried her best. I mean she's obviously the fact that she was even I don't care who she was married to. The fact that she was
Right.
Sheriff Brody's. I mean this is not your local like children's theater actress.
Oh,
I mean,
yes.
she has talent. I mean she's good. But yeah, like you'll start noticing the Mike. Mike comes to visit her. So played by our last starfighter, Lance Guest. Right?
Yes.
Another good actor doesn't get. I mean, so this is this is all leading up. Mike is in Bahamas. He's what's it called? He's into marine biology. He's a marine biologist,
collecting the shell. Those
collecting conch. Yep. So he's doing this study, and he comes home and he's sad. So there's Mike Brody, and she's giving the mom's giving a great performance. I mean, Ellen's crying, and I mean she's really into it.
I agree.
So now he's got Mike's got a daughter, he's got a wife, and he's like, Mom, it's Christmas.
Yes,
you gotta get out of here. Why don't you come with us to the Bahamas and just get the hell away from here? It's cold, it's miserable. There's no reason for you to stay here. So they go, right? This is where our movie winks at us. So there's a shot of the plane leaving.
Yes.
Right. And you know where I'm going with this, right? So all of a sudden washing up on shore is the log.
Yes.
That Sean was reaching for. They make it very obvious that there are teeth marks.
Yes.
In this log.
Yes.
That the shark set a trap for Sean.
It's so great.
And even as a little boy, I went, wait, what? Because how did the shark know that Sean grew up to be the sheriff? What if he wanted to go move to Nebraska, and
well, if that was the case, Jaws, it would have been a lot different.
Cornfield Jaws, right?
This time it's in the field.
I mean, how did he know he was going to be the sheriff? How did he know the other guy was distracted? Did he set up that trap and then set up another trap?
I mean, this is where, okay, so now that you brought that up, that's one of the points of contentment with this film, right?
Yep.
How does the shark know this? Yep. That's also linked to, how does Ellen have, would you call it shark premonitions, or would you call it a connection, like a psychic link to the shark?
She has, I think it's a good way to put it, Ryan, a psychic link to the shark.
Okay, so she's got this psychic link to the shark now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is what it is. Have I seen crazier things on film? Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't distract me so much. I mean, that I couldn't be like, oh, right, whatever.
Yeah. So they bring Mike brings Alan down to the Bahamas, right? And we get to meet Mario Van Peebles, right?
Yes.
who you know, it's fun to joke on Mario Van Peebles, but you know, he's a good actor. He's a good director. You know, the
Yes.
accent's kind of,
Yes.
but whatever. It was a different
Everyone's
time.
likable, I'll say. The cast is likable.
They're likable. He's great.
Even the wife, Carla,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
she's likable.
Yep. The daughter, she's very cute, right? She's very
Yes.
sweet.
Yes.
Jake, Mario Van Peebles' character is Jake. Jake's wife's great. The characters are great. Right?
Yes.
So they, you know, they go down there and you get to meet all these new characters. And the pilot that flies them is Michael Caine. He plays Hoagie. They got Michael freaking
Hoagie
in the 80s for this movie.
Which makes me believe as well, Jeff, that they really thought this was gonna be something.
Yeah.
They're like, we got Michael Caine, yep. We got Ellen back, we got the Brody family.
Yep. Yeah, and I mean Lance Guess, it wasn't that soon after he did the Last Starfighter, which I thought was a hit. Maybe not, but seems like everybody really likes that movie.
I think it has a definitely, if it's got a cult following, if anything.
Yeah,
definitely.
I got the Arrow release for it not too long ago. It's freaking amazing. I'm so glad I picked it up.
Which you could see on Jeff's channel, by the way. He does whole videos with Blu-rays, his blues. Check that out on the GCap Recap. Anyway, sorry.
Watch my blues. Talk about my blues.
Yes.
Add a card, right? A title card. The link to the But so you meet all these people and it's great, and all of a sudden, so I think maybe a day has gone by, maybe 2 days.
Yeah, I'd say, because it's supposed to be close to Christmas, right? We're assuming Christmas is right around the corner.
Right around the corner, and all of a sudden, they go to the shot of the shark. He's rolling up into the Bahamas, and it's like, wait, you swam all the way from Massachusetts down to the freaking Bahamas? Like, a boat don't even get you there that fast.
Could he have taken a flight?
Yeah.
Did he?
I'm telling you, Ryan, if we ever travel, we need to travel Air Jaws.
Amen, Jeff. Amen.
Wow. I mean, budget travel and get you there faster than normal machines. You want to talk about energy and efficiency for the environment? Just start riding sharks everywhere. The Jaws revenge.
Hold on and take off into a land of adventures. You will be in the Bahamas within hours. Within hours.
Little furry-looking Muppet Jaws, so it'll be friendly to kids. You know, it'll be fun and just.
He is furry, isn't he? He's got that Muppety skin. That's the perfect Muppet Jaws.
Yes. I had a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel girl, and she looked just like she reminded me of I think it was the eyes and the gums and the teeth, and she was very furry and sweet too, but I used to call her Muppet Jaws because she reminded me so much of the Bruce 4 shark. She's very sweet though.
I love that breed, by the way. I love that. What a sweet breed.
My favorite. Thank goodness. I mean, they're just the sweetest dogs. I love them, but
they really are.
Sorry, I don't want to get too distracted, but anyway, so Ellen starts, you know, getting her groove back. Like, you know,
I gotta say, she has these moments of like breakdowns when the granddaughter goes to, you know, first thing she runs to go swing into the ocean. Oh my god, that crystal blue water. Ooh, what a beauty! I think it's a beautifully shot movie.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Well, I mean, some choices, but yeah, location beautiful. Yeah. But Ellen, yeah, she's getting her groove back. Mr. Hoagie, Mr. Blue Eyes.
She's getting her swerve on. She wants to get on Hoagie's Hoagie. She wants to get on that foot long.
Well, let's see. Michael, though, he's not happy about this.
Michael is like, you're not
getting with that Hoagie.
You are not. He's the cock block. Cock block Brody with those two. Yeah.
That's what they call out in the sea.
So
good old cock block.
Right. So Mike, for some reason, he doesn't take Christmas vacation off like we do. He's still working, and he's working with Jake, and Jake is in the water in this cool little yellow submarine. That thing is awesome.
I
Like,
agree.
oh, it's freaking awesome, right? Especially for like the 80s too. It's like, wow. And our Muppet Jaws comes up to the side of him, and you think he's going to make him a treat, but he leaves him alone. Instead, it jumps out of the water at Mike, who's on their little
Knowing.
guard thing, and goes at him. So, you know, Mike's like, I'm bringing you down to the Bahamas because there's no sharks, because they don't. I mean, I don't know where that logic came in about.
The
Jake's
water
like,
was too warm for
yeah,
the shark?
he's like, Michael, sharks don't like warm water. And all right, so that's a fallacy, but okay. Like, the water's too cold for a great white, and I'm like,
I thought, okay, I'm glad you're saying that, because I'm not. I know you are a shark man. I don't know too much about them, but even to me, I was like, is that true?
I used to think it, like, when I lived in Florida when I was a lot younger, so I would feel good, and I'd be like, well, I'm not going to get eaten because sharks don't like the water down here. Psych!
Oh.
Psych! Not true. So, but I shouldn't be looking for like marine biology education from Jaws the Revenge. Maybe,
you know, if they're going to say that they're marine biologists, damn, we want the facts, Jeff.
Yes.
We want facts. Don't be giving us fake marine biology terms in this movie.
What happens is Ellen keeps having these visions of the shark, and she's seeing things like Sean's death and things that she wasn't even there. She's having flashbacks of, and it's like, what?
So that is another criticism of this movie.
Yeah.
But could we believe that since Ellen has developed this psychic connection with the shark, why not?
I mean, I think at this point, once we saw that log roll up on the beach and the shark, all bets were off, dude. Yeah, sci-fi movie.
I love, though, that, like you said, even as a kid, you're like, that shark.
I was like, you said a trap?
Muppet Shark. Muppet Jaws.
Yeah, Muppet Jaws. So the whole time, Mike now does not tell the mom. He decides, you know what? I am going to let her get her thing on with,
finally,
with Hoagie, because I want her distracted, because, there's a shark here. But I don't want to freak anyone out.
Was it that, or was it, and I totally forgot that this song was played in this movie, The Jets?
The Jets!
You got it all? When it started, I was like, yes! It's in this movie, I forgot!
Yep. Yeah.
Could it have been that song? Could it have been that song that
it was? You got it all.
Hoagie into Ellen.
I always said to myself one day, I mean, I wouldn't be able to put it on like any kind of YouTube or whatever, because I'd want to do it for fun. But I almost wanted to, like, remember how they used to have those videos on MTV that were for movies, and they'd have all these movie clips in.
Yes.
I always wanted to take that song and make a Jaws the Revenge MTV music video from the 80s for that song. I think I'm going to do it. Screw it. I need
Jeff, please. And if Jeff actually does do this, I will leave a link here, wherever the link needs to go. Oh man, because the song didn't come from this soundtrack, did it?
No, they just added it on there. If you buy the soundtrack for Jaws of Revenge, it's not on there. Nope.
I want my Jets.
Yeah, they used to have some. I don't know if it was the VHS boxes or some of the posters with like advertisements would have like one of those like call outs like on the side. And it was like,
yes.
During the Jets hit song, and I'm like, okay, like it's not in it very long.
But boy, does it. It's a New Year's Eve celebration, by the way, everyone. Ellen stays through Christmas.
Yep, stays through
to
Christmas.
New Year's. But that song, just hearing it again and hearing it in that movie, I don't know why I blacked it out, but it felt nice to hear.
It is nice to hear. It's Hoagie's with Ellen now. They're playing the Jet song. They're feeling some emotion, whatever. But he's keeping it, Mike's keeping it a secret. Meanwhile, Mike gets attacked by the shark because he's going to continue on with his way.
That scene, holy crap!
Yeah,
Jeff.
Yeah. I mean, it's if you suspend belief, it's it's very entertaining. Probably
through
my second
the
favorite part
sunken
of the movie.
ship,
Yep.
Little Mermaid style, through with the shark.
I never thought of that. Little Mermaid, yeah.
This rewatch from last night to prepare for this, I'm like, oh, it's like the Little Mermaid.
Oh my God, that's right. Yeah, the shark destroys the awesome little the little yellow submarine I love.
Rest in peace, submarine. That was a beautiful sub.
It was. It
wasn't Hoagie's sub, but
no. Ellen was fitting that in. She was fitting that Hoagie sub. Mike would have been it, but yeah, Mike's in the wreck and the shark. Now here's another thing though, because I used to dive. For him to get away from the shark,
you get even cooler every time.
It's been a while, but yeah, you gotta like depressurize before you come up. I mean, someone in Jaws 2 almost died because of the bends. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So Mike just flips that thing over and unscrews. This is totally. These aren't even how these things are made. And he unscrews it and he holds on. So I mean, it would usually just shoot out of your arms if that was even possible.
Rocket Man.
Yeah. He's able to get to the top, and I don't know, whatever. Like I say, it's a movie with a shark with a psychological link to a mom for some reason. So it's just whatever. All bets are off.
So this is the most realistic thing out of everything, probably, right?
If he would have done that, his I mean, blood would have been shooting out of his eyes and everything. Like the shark would have won. The shark would have I got him. Cross Mike off. Mike got
I was
the
going to say, okay, so Brody counts here.
Yep. I got one with a heart attack. I ate one, and the other one, I got it all over him, like the Jets said. Right?
I wish we could play it without being, taken off YouTube. You actually play the song, but
yeah, if I remember all the words, I'd sing it. But maybe it's not. That might get you in trouble too, Ryan. So I won't.
Oh, and this man, he sings too. By the way, Jeff sings. I mean, I don't know if he. I don't know. You sing your blues song pretty well.
It's the Jaws and Revenge version of singing. That's awful. Well, thank you. I'm glad you like it.
I like that. And you know what? I'm not the only one, because I think you had a comment too that commented on your voice as well. So you got maybe a secret hidden talent that you don't even know.
Oh, I thought she was joking. I thought she was being like,
I hope not. I'm not. I'm not. I hope she wasn't joking, because I saw that. I'm like, I agree.
Hey, that's my insecurities. Maybe it does sound good, and I'm just like, oh, it's hard.
No, I was like, I hope no. If you're listening, whoever you are, I don't think you're joking.
No, well then, yeah. So I appreciate that, but yeah. So what happens next? So Mike still lies to Ellen.
Happen?
Yeah, he lies to Ellen. He still doesn't tell her that he was almost killed. Then his daughter's almost killed in the famous banana boat scene.
Oh, Jeff, because this is when Ellen's finally kind of come to terms with things. She's feeling good.
Oh,
she's
yeah.
Gonna get that hoagie.
She forgot everything.
She's really like, and this is, they're having, the wife is unveiling her sculpture of a shark.
Freaking awful sculpture. It looks like a shark, right? Yeah.
And this is when the banana boat scene happens.
Yeah. This big unveiling on the beach of this horrible thing she's been working on throughout the movie. And for some reason it does kind of look like a shark, but yeah, then the if you got to think, Ryan, the death count in this movie is 3 with an asterisk. You have Sean, you have the banana boat woman that Jaws 4 grabs besides Thea.
So he's close, and like he literally knows, he smells Brody blood on her.
Yep. And he's like, whoops. And he accidentally slips because the woman, she kind of pushes her she kind of saves her. She like,
poor woman.
She kind of like pulls her like this, and then Jaws grabs the leg and pulls him in the water. So that's the second death. This is the last death we get. And then we have Sheriff Brody, but I don't know. Technically, he died before the movie. So.
Yeah.
But we'll get to the asterisk in a second. We'll get to the asterisk, the third one, in a second. I don't want to surprise. I don't want to blow the surprise for anybody who hasn't seen this movie yet. It's only been out 80 years, but spoiler alert. So,
sometimes I get movies and I don't know what they are, but someone. Someone recently told me something about that. I don't know.
Yeah. The mom is told the wife is pissed. Carla's pissed at him because she was about to be a famous artist or something. Putting up
Is that why she was upset?
Yeah, pieces of trash. She was so upset, and then she's like, "And you tried to kill our daughter," and then she starts overacting. That's pretty bad. And then the mom just says, "All right, well, I'm gonna go take your nice boat, you and Jake's nice boat.
Oh,
and I'm gonna take it out in the water to end it. I'm gonna have the shark consume me." But I'm
Jeff,
like, but you still have more Brodies. I don't understand what she was doing. Like, but she's like, I'm gonna go end this, so I'm gonna have the shark eat me.
Is that what it was? Is that what it was? Because literally, this is the note that I wrote. This is when I think that she was going for an Oscar. Because she just gets this look, and it's that like panning shot. Like you get the different angles of her looking at the water, and
yep,
she's running. She's on a mission now.
She's on a mission on like probably like a freaking $1 million boat too. Like that yacht's expensive.
What was the name of was it Mercury?
Neptune's Jolly.
Neptune, yes. Thank you.
Yeah. Or no, Neptune's Folly.
Neptune's Folly.
Like Neptune's, which pretty much should have been the tagline for this movie. Jaws colon Neptune's Folly.
Neptune's Folly.
This is definitely a folly.
Before I forget, there's a famous line that this might be, I don't know if you heard this, Jeff. This is the one that people make fun of all the time. Speaking of the artist's wife, she's a welder. Mm-hmm. I always wanted to make love to an angry welder.
Yeah, that was weird.
But, it is weird, but when people are in the mood, I mean, could this be the worst thing he's ever said? He's trying to play with but people make a big deal about this line. Like, it's like the worst thing they've ever heard. But I took that as a husband and a wife playing, like, she was angry. She's a welder.
I was just like, I just thought, like, Mike's out there risking his life and doing something and making money, and she's at home, screwing around.
She's like you said, she's an award-winning artist, Jeff.
Like, my work is very serious.
You can't downplay how serious her work really is.
Yeah, it's just the way it comes off is just, I don't know. It's just, I think it's the way it's delivered, where you could even tell Lance Guest couldn't even, he was just kind of like, is this funny? No, I want you to really, okay. So I don't know. Maybe it was, I haven't heard many people up in arms about it, but I mean, now
for some reason,
research.
Angry welding. For some reason, I keep seeing that come up, but I'm like, out of the whole movie, I think that's the least of the problem. If he wants to make love to his angry welding wife,
totally forgot all about it. Like that's how, I don't even know why people can even remember. Like that's so insignificant. I mean, especially when we're in the final act, right? We're in the final act. This is like, I mean, this is like high school filmmaking at this point. Like,
is it? Do you think it really unravels like right here? Is it almost like they were in well, and how long you were telling me how long it took to film this movie, but was it almost like that last act? Because a lot of the cuts that they use in this big climactic scene is cut terribly or rushed or all of the above.
Yeah, it is. It's rushed. I mean, I guess let's just count it, right? Let's just go down the list. So you have Ellen, who's about to be eaten by the shark.
She had to go out on the water.
Yeah,
I had to.
Right? She's about, and then they swoop down on the shark, which makes her duck, even though she's about to be eaten. But she's like, "Oh, not that plane." So they landed. The plane lands in the water, and for some reason, I don't know, I would have not gotten in the water with a great white shark.
Holy crap! But that's when they make you think that Hoagie is dead at this point.
Yeah, because and then once again, it only goes after Brody. So Mike and Jake swim. The shark does like the Chrissy from the original underwater view. And goes right towards the boat and goes after Hoagie. So the shark, Bruce Force, sinks the plane, and we're like, oh, Michael Caine's dead, which, you know, all of a sudden, about 20 seconds later, he pops back up onto the boat.
Yes, he does.
And his clothes have like a blue dye on it. So you could tell that the water they're using, that they're not in the ocean. They must be using a water tank. And why is he's blue? He's blue. Like there's dye on him, blue dye. And
to match my beautiful eyes, love.
Yeah. And if that's not bad enough, Ryan, you know, it cuts away and then it cuts back and completely dry.
How? I mean, even the actors themselves, one of them just couldn't be, you know, wasn't he wet a minute ago?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, it's bad. That's what I mean. It's like amateurs filmmaking. So that happens. And I'm sure there's a good reason behind it, but come on, man. Right? Come on. Like,
I mean, I think I read in research that they said that the shirt dried because of the sun, but I mean, isn't that part of filmmaking?
Why was Mike and Jake still wet? All the way up till like the end of the movie. They were like Mike's
they really got dunked.
Yeah. They were really in the water longer.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to think of what they would do to talk about that. But you have that happens, and then you have them on being like, yo, we're going to get this shark. So,
oh, yes.
They have that. We forgot to mention, they put that's another cool thing in the movie.
Oh, the tracker. Yes.
The tracker. You can hear that. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Like that's the shark's heartbeat, which I always thought that was kind of cool.
Yes, right, because it builds suspense that the harpy is getting faster and he's getting closer. I agree.
Yeah. Like if you hear that, shit's about to get real. Like you know it's on. Like, and if it's beating fast, that means he's like right up your ass. Like
he's close to a Brody.
Yes, he's
smells
close
him
to
in
a Brody. He smells it. Yeah, he smells it somewhere. Dinner's
that great
served.
sea air.
So you know, Jake's a genius, and I like Jake. You know, I say I always make jokes about Mary Van Peebles, but I actually really like him. I think he's a good. He's a fun actor. It looks like he doesn't. I don't think he takes himself very seriously.
No.
I bet that he's super cool to hang around. That's why he always has work because people like hanging out with him. Yep,
I agree. Yep. Totally.
Yes, I would always love to have a conversation with Mary Van Peebles. I've always said I've never met him. Maybe he's the biggest jerk you've ever met, but I don't get that. Anybody that gets that much work all the time, like a Keanu Reeves,
a perfect example.
He's just got to be. People got to be like, do you want to work with somebody that's like mean and like? No, you want to work with somebody.
No.
You want to work with somebody that's fun, somebody that's easygoing, easy to direct. So I have a feeling. MVP.
Would you bring up Jaws 4 if you met him?
The first movie I'd bring up.
Second
movie would be New Jack City because he did direct that and star in that, which is I like that movie a lot too.
That is a good movie.
I have a lot of questions about Jaws, but I don't want him to think I'm making fun. I'm like, no, dude, no.
Like, no, look at this. I hope you have it on that day too. You just got to start wearing it, Jeff, under everything, like like a Superman shirt.
Yeah. If I see
By the way,
I was at a Monster Mania probably about 10 years ago, and Lance Guest was going to be there, and he was talking about The Last Starfighter, and like I said, I don't want him to take it the wrong way, but I'm like, I love Last Starfighter, but dude, I got a lot of questions about Jaws 4. Like, let me get out my list. I want to know about everything. I want to see how production went and everything. So
I like him as Michael grown up.
Yeah, the cast is great.
I think he's extremely likable. That moment that they do that homage to him and like the father and what he's did with his daughter, I think that's a great scene. Yes, people say it's cheesy because it's kind of like retreading it, but hell, that's what families do. Fathers and sons, daughter. I mean,
it's a Jaws movie. It's a throwback to the original Jaws. There's a lot of things. I mean, the Kittner mom, we didn't bring her up. She was at Sean's funeral.
Oh, yes.
Holly.
Yes.
A lot of just the locale and stuff. There was a lot of, like I said, it felt like a Jaws movie. Having something like that,
credibility
scene between their dad and the daughter. I can't believe people would have a problem with that. But
it's so like that and that line. It's almost like, come on, you're looking too hard into things.
Yeah. What about Michael Caine being dry and having blue dye on him?
Well, they're distracted by Michael Caine actually being in this film, probably as well.
Michael Caine's like, I'm not going to be wet. I'm going to be dry.
How much you paying?
About continuity. Yeah. I don't want to get chafed down there. I'm an Academy Award winner, damn it. Go get me a hoagie. Go get me something. Get me a hoagie while I'm waiting for my hoagie. I'm like, it's cracking the whip down.
While I'm drying, love.
Big timing, everybody. Quickly now. Big timing. Where's your Academy Award, Lance Guest?
That's poor
he
Lance.
Deserves one. Yeah. He should have been. Like I say, I don't know
running scene.
Lance Guest was a good actor. He was.
I agree.
There's a movie that came out not too long ago. It was a werewolf movie, and maybe in why am I forgetting the name of it? It's actually a good movie.
Is it the werewolf cop movie?
Oh God, no. It's a serious movie.
Oh,
why can't I remember it right now? I don't want to cheat either. I don't remember, but he's in a movie, and it's actually not bad. But he's in it, and I'm just like, Lance Guest is not he's a good actor. I like him. So, everything he's in, I like him. I liked him as Alex Rogan in The Last Starfighter.
Yes.
I liked him as Michael Brody. He did well with this role. He made this movie watchable.
Dennis Quaid, you like that he was replaced then?
Yeah, I like Dennis Quaid a lot. Don't get me wrong, but if you would have put Mike Brody in there and given him the same lines, like I feel like Jaws 3, a lot of was ad-libbed. And
I wonder. That might be.
It just seemed like Mike Brody was like trashy or something down there, like talking with all the construction guys. He's like, "Yeah, I'll get you overtime," and I just can't see Lance Guest doing that.
Exactly.
Mike Brody was an intelligent marine biologist that was about to get eaten and was smart enough. Forget logic. Was smart enough to do that thing to get him out of to take him to the top. Like it was great. Like I don't
agree.
He was more intelligent. He was just a very, very higher level.
And that's why he deserved to survive as well. The fact that he came up with that,
that was I would have been shark chum. I would have shit my pants.
It would have been right. I just gave up. Just like, take me.
I figures this is very apropos. This is how I'm going. Shark's gonna eat me.
But we got to get you in that little scuba little yellow thing.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get to ride that first. Yeah, at least I get to ride a little submarine around. That would be pretty dope. Especially in the Bahamas where you can see everything, you know what I mean?
My God, you really could. And the blue dye, evidently.
Yeah, stay away from that blue dye. That's why that water's so blue. That's Michael
She went out
Caine.
so far, it turned blue. It will turn you blue.
God damn it. I'm Michael fucking Caine, god damn it. Go get this shit washed. Yeah, I wonder if he snapped on people. What is this? Yeah, so.
And now I'm dry. Now I'm
That's
dry.
why I'm dry. I got a new clothes. You want to clean me? Thank you very much. Well, it's because I was out for a long time. I'm wearing polyester. It dries faster than cotton.
Polyester. Now, if that's not a commercial to wear polyester, if you need to stay dry, polyester's your.
When you're escaping supernatural psychic sharks, Muppet Jaws. Here's some Muppet Jaws. You wear polyester. So
there is that other fake out death. Right
yes. So here's the asterisk. Because here's the asterisk, right? So Jake makes this thing that's gonna electrify the shark and shock the shark's brain every time he hits it, and he makes it real fast. So it doesn't work.
Extremely fast. Extremely.
Yeah. So he tests it, and they're gonna stab the shark. They're gonna inject the shark with They're gonna try to kill it that way with something on the end of his a mic stick. Like Mike has this pull stick or something. He's gonna try to get the shark. So they shock the shark up, and instead Jake falls into the shark's mouth, and we see the shark go to the water, but we also see all the wires and pull the shark prop down.
Yes.
See that a lot. We didn't talk about that enough. There are times you can see the shark inside of the shark. You can see the pistons and stuff. That it's bad.
Was it the budget?
I would say that in the defense of this movie, they decided to do, they decided, I think, in the fall of '86 to do this Jaws movie, and they want to release it July 17th. They did not.
Oh,
So they did not give this guy even a year to put this movie out. A Jaws movie with a mechanical animatronic shark in 6 months. Something that Steven Spielberg had 2 years to do that had nothing to do. Steven Spielberg had problems with. Yeah, they're like, we're gonna do it, not 12 years later, and technology still was not popping, So yeah, cast, script, marketing, everything, all in a year, and they had to cut some corners.
But when you say it like that, Jeff, it's amazing that it was even filmed. What it was filmed.
Yep. Yeah. And no offense, I mean, to Joseph Sargent, he's a TV director.
Right.
So yeah, let's find, because everybody else was probably like a real, I'm not a real director, I don't mean it like that, but a motion picture director was probably like,
right.
Freaking crazy? Like, hell no. They found this guy's like, yeah, sure, I'll give it a shot. I get to do a Jaws movie. Like, I think he was a Jaws fan. So, they get a chance to do that, but a lot of corners were cut. They didn't, I think if I remember correctly, I could be wrong. So, I don't even think they had an ending. I think they came up with an ending at the last second.
Is that why there's two? I heard there's a TV ending as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm always used to the one where it just kind of like jumbles up, almost like the earlier scene in the boat where the camera just kind of shakes, pauses. You see brief pauses of a shark, and then he explodes. But there is one where he's impaled.
They so after Hoagie's dead, they decide they're gonna ram the shark. So they're using an electric because they're just figure they're dead anyway, right? Because they're the sharks, so they keep using this thing to make him. They shock him, so when he jumps up, he roars. that stock, like lion roar, monster roar that you like Godzilla uses.
Like a Hanna-Barbera cartoon. It sounds like
it's like that Wilhelm scream.
Well, yes, it's used everywhere.
It's used everywhere. So now all of a sudden, the shark freaking. Not only is it the smartest shark in the world, it actually has a what's it called, a voice box. Generate. So this is a special shark. This Muppet Jaws. So
maybe that's what it is. It's an evolved shark that
why not
developed vocal cords and the psychic ability.
Why not?
And the drive for revenge.
Sign me up for that. Sign me up for that. Sure, why not? Right? I mean,
we've had Sharknadoes. I mean, I'll take Jaws 4 over a Sharknado 5 any day.
Yeah. Helen starts having flashbacks of when Sheriff Brody is at the end of the first one, even though she wasn't there.
Yes.
Like, smile, you son of a bitch.
She saw the movie.
She watched the movie adaptation later. Yeah. They ram the shark and the shark just blows up. But it doesn't really show you anything. You just gotta, at first it kind of gets close and then boom, 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 and he blows up.
Exactly.
And
like just this.
With the same footage from the first one where it goes down and then like the body goes like that and then fall, like, so it's horrible, right? And that's it. And then I'm just telling you the theatrical version that I saw. So that happens, and then it goes to, all of a sudden it just cuts to, it has Hoagie and them in the water, and then it cuts to the Michael Caine taking Ellen back to, like, I guess I would have just stayed there. I would have been like, shit, dude, I'm living here. Like,
at this point, right? Yeah. I mean, her one son, unfortunately, that's alive. Her granddaughter.
Yeah, I don't want to freeze my ass off in Massachusetts. What are you
down here, dude? But she's got Hoagie. She's got
listen
Hoagie
to the Jets. You can gamble in the 80s. You can gamble. Listen to the Jets.
Oh yeah,
bang the Hoagie.
That casino. Oh yes. You know, she did that before she left.
Oh yeah, she had her foot long before she left.
And her various sweaters, by the way, on the beach. I just have to give it out to her. The woman was fully dressed, head to toe, in the Bahamas. I guess it was winter, but my God, she was wearing some sweaters.
I'll tell you this: I went to I was in the Bahamas in January 3 years ago.
Ooh.
I was in shorts and everything. It was hot. So that's really great you brought that up. I never thought of that. Why is she wearing sweaters?
I mean, continuously, too. Every time she's in a scene dating Hoagie or going out with him, or he is gambling at that casino, losing money, she's always in these sweaters with these turtleneck kind of big. Ooh.
Yeah.
Damn. Too hot. Well, for me, I
cannot rock a sweater there. So I'm glad I didn't watch that movie before I went and think like, oh, I better pack a sweater. It's probably cold.
Yeah, bring the turtleneck, really.
Yeah, she was
those big 80s.
Yeah. Well, she's probably like, I don't have any like summer clothes, like because I live in freaking. But I'm like, no, you would have some summer garments, because
I think so.
She was a beach person. She rocked in the beach on the first two movies.
Not anymore. She has her one flashback dream that she was in the water, and then you're kind of like, wait, is she? She just said, "Don't go in the water," but no, it's a dream.
She's like in the middle of nowhere too, and then the shark gets her. Right? It's like,
the water might have been blue as well, possibly. Yeah. It looked a little bluish in that scene. Now that I'm thinking of it,
did look a little bluish. Yeah, it's a good thing she wasn't wearing a white bathing suit, right? It would have been blue by the time she got out. God, I forgot about that. That's right. It was like the stupidest jump scare movie. I'm like, what? Like, come on.
She wakes up soaked, by the way.
So, yeah.
So clearly, it is hot in them Bahamas.
Yes. Except when she rocks that sweater on that beach. Right?
I just want to say where they have that celebration in the Bahamas that. I don't remember the name of it. I think it starts with a J.
Yeah.
But she's with Hoagie, and right before that she was going, crazy the moment before that. And at this point she kind of goes off and dances with the people in this sweater still. Mm-hmm. And the whole time I'm thinking, damn, he must think she's crazy.
Yep.
5 minutes ago, she was just screaming about the water, and now she's just like, I am so relaxed. I'm dancing with these locals.
Yeah. Yeah, she does. Yeah, at that point, it's like I said,
I got my sweater.
Well, when Ellen gets her swerve back, that should have been the name of Jaws of Revenge. They should have split it up. They should make a Jaws of Revenge the series. You could do so much.
Oh Lord, can we please?
Yep.
A 6 order episode right away.
Yeah. You can concentrate on Mike's project. You can concentrate on Ellen's love life, trying to as a widower or a widow, getting her life back, getting her swerve back. Because
she seemed like she went right pretty quickly to Hoagie. I don't know how long it was supposedly that this heart attack took place, but
she was open for business immediately. You would think Michael Caine, no offense to him, but it wasn't like, Brad Pitt or anything. I mean, she was like, Michael Caine.
Yeah.
Calm down.
Well, she even mentions, I'm sure there's millions of people who want to fly away with you. And he's like, yes. Well, damn. Oh my God, that's Hoagie.
Right. Yeah, man. Someone was full of themselves.
But there must have been those people on the island. You know what? Hoagie's got that plane. He's got that accent.
She's got it all over him, man. That's what that song was for. That's why they put that in there. The Jets, and he's a pilot.
Oh, and look at that! Look at that!
It was meant to be. It was meant to be.
And so is your Jets music video.
Oh, I can't wait. I could see it now. The slow mos and just man, it's gonna be my passion project.
Please.
Yeah, maybe I'll put it on Instagram or something because they don't care about it on there.
Oh, yes.
Just I'm getting no money for it. I'm just doing it to make myself laugh. I mean, it's my own thing. Well, and you too.
You will be. I think you're doing a service for every Jaws audience member there ever was doing that. Are you kidding?
Universal,
there has to be an audience.
Yeah, Universal, you dropped the ball on this, right? This should have been. You should have been all over this, right? Like,
I mean,
so
the Shark Summer love story.
I don't want a penny. Don't come after me. I just want to do it for fun. I think it'd be fun.
The Jets are gonna come after you. They're gonna do.
I just need to find where to get that font too, and I'll have it come up in the left-hand corner too. Like I want to. I seriously, I want to make it. There's those filters where you can make stuff look like VHS. Like
from the motion picture Jaws: The Revenge. Available now.
Available now. Oh, before we get too far though, the ending, the other ending. So,
yes.
So when I rented it on VHS, same thing. They ram the shark. He blows up. You don't see anything except the shark blows up, so you don't know what happened. But all of a sudden, Jake survives, which made me happy.
So were you extremely shocked at this point?
Yes.
And saying, what the hell happened?
Yes. I'm saying to myself, oh my God, only 2 people died in this movie. In a Jaws movie.
For a Jaws movie, that is low.
Yeah, the body counts. Wow. So, he showed up, and then there are television versions that, like, most movies have a TV version will have extra scenes or whatever.
Yes.
So the Jaws Revenge one has something at the beginning. Remember we were talking about that cool opening where the sharks, with the credits are going, he's going up and down. At one point, it stops under a dock, and it looks like it's like in that movie, it's during the night, but this almost looks like it's at sunset or something. And you hear a narrator, and it's like, have you seen this? Or
no, I gotta watch this later.
You gotta watch on YouTube. It's basically a narrator trying to like fix this movie and being like, is something coincidence? Or
no
fate
kidding.
or coincidence, and like you'll see in this movie there's a lot of coincidence. I swear, dude, you gotta see this. I'm laughing thinking about it right now.
So they're even
I didn't watch that before I did the review because I wanted to talk about that. It's they try to justify the movie, this narrator, and you'll never hear a narrator again. This is one time. The beginning and then it goes back to the credits.
Is it by this dock, this beautiful morning scene with Jaws?
It's like, Jaws goes up and down. Well, it's almost like it's just stuck there and you're floating in the water. And it's like, well, coincidence or fate or something like that. God, I wish we could pull it up. I guess you can't because of the, copyright. But, oh my God, if anybody's watching this, you gotta go check this out if you don't know what I'm talking about. But
so there's a VHS version, a TV version, and then the theatrical version.
Yes. And the TV version will have so it has that on there.
The narration.
Jake lives, and there's a whole different ending where the shark, and this was awesome, and this would have changed the movie. Do you know the second ending? Or do you know about him?
Is this where the shark, and it's supposedly like a toy or like a clay shark or something?
Yeah. So the shark gets rammed by the mast, right? The bows in the back.
The mast, right? Is that a mast?
I think so. And I love the water.
Or is it the stern and the mast?
That long pole on the front of a boat.
That big. That's right. That wooden.
Let's get scientific here. It rams a shark, and the Muppet Jaws is like, and there's blood everywhere, and it's like blood's coming out of his mouth. It's so gory, and then finally, the weight of the shark breaks, and it zooms back, and it's like it's almost like this like little shark toy, and you could tell it's in someone's like bathtub, and it has like a fake boat, like this, and it's like if anyone hasn't seen this, I am bullshitting. Like, it for real is like that bad. It breaks off, and then we get the same ending, and Jake lives. That's usually the Jake lives.
So Jake gets to survive 2 out of the 3 versions.
Correct. I don't remember the last time I saw a version where Jake, my mother-in-law just saw it. I went right upstairs at the part where Michael Caine, or where the boat goes down, the plane goes down, and
he lands in the water.
Yeah, and I told, and I just love my mother-in-law. She's just like, I love this movie. This is a really good movie. And I'm like, oh, yeah, cool.
Oh, bless her. Say, that's amazing. You see?
this is so exciting. And I was dissecting everything, that he was dry, that I was showing her all this stuff at the end, and she was laughing. So, because I also forgot to tell you, the scene at the end too, when Jake survives, you can see they shot this in a tank, and you can tell their hairs are noticeably different, and they shot this later, but you can see the background's really bad. My mother-in-law picked up on it and said, "That's not in the ocean. That's in they filmed that in a pool, right?"
Good for her.
Yeah, I didn't say anything. I forgot about that, and I'm like, "Yeah, look at that.
That's very
you can
good."
See the water splash up on the back of the wall that's supposed to be painted like the sky.
That is, you know what? If this conversation didn't make you want to rewatch Jaws 4, I think I want to rewatch it.
I'm gonna watch as soon as we're done. I'm rewatching it. I just with my new shirt on or whatever. So
this shirt is amazing. That's what I love about this this video format of like the podcast, because you get to see actually shirts like what Jeff is wearing. Yeah. Normally we would just describe it, but you get to
there's a shark roaring.
And it's roaring. And it's roaring.
They have this little thing, where is it here, that said the Brody's banana boat adventure. This is a really great shirt from Fright Rags. This is awesome. I usually they are pricey. Their stuff's pricey.
Yes, they are.
But this,
and Gutter Garbs, I feel like, is a little pricey as well.
Yeah. Yeah. But when you do stuff like this is, whoever did this is a freaking genius. So
I mean, truly, it's styled in like an old Marvel comic. Yep. It's so good, and it says number 4, like issue number 4. It's so smart.
Yep,
so smart.
Put a lot of effort. There was some heart put into this artwork. So like this person loves Jaws and was like, I'm gonna make, or Jaws Revenge. Like, I'm gonna make this very crazy. Because what are you gonna do for a movie as weird as this, right? You do something like that. So,
well, definitely. Let's see. What would you put? The roar and the banana boat has to go on there.
You nailed all the funny stuff, and it's quick, and people are gonna get it. And I like I say, we're dogging this movie, but if this movie were any more serious and took itself seriously,
I agree.
3.2 version 2, and we don't want that.
You know what? And this T-shirt actually gives me hope, because like you're saying, people out there must love it. There's people that love this movie. So I'm glad because it's not the worst movie. It's called the worst movie ever made. That is ridiculous. It is not the worst movie ever made by any.
IMDb has it on the top 100 lowest list of, and it's like 19 or something. And I'm like, really?
Oh my God. I can.
Really? Like,
no.
Yeah. Even if the movie's bad and there's a fun factor to it,
I agree. I agree. That's half the fun. You don't want to, I mean, for as serious as this movie was, you need, I guess, moments like what we got.
I'm just saying, I just think about it, that the fact that this guy made his deadline is freaking amazing. So
I agree.
Mr. Sargent, congratulate. I mean, because how are you going to do that, right? I mean, that's tough. Think about this too. I hate to say this, because I don't know if he's dead, or I mean, because I'd love to find out more about the movie. Because I'll say this, I read the novelization.
Ooh,
I read the novelization, and I'll tell you this, because now let me tell now, if people are hopefully still watching, of all the things we just talked about how weird Jaws is, right? I mean, Jaws of Revenge and how silly it is. Here's what the book is. Mike Brody is in the Bahamas.
Okay.
Mike Brody gets into an argument with a local voodoo witch doctor down there.
Wait, really?
So he puts a curse on Mike Brody's family for their deepest fear to come true. Whatever. And Mike still harbors as a child the fear of the shark. The mom does, the brother does, everything. So there's parts where the shark, and it's written by Hank Searles.
How smart.
He did the novelization of Jaws 2, which I've read that too. They're very different movies.
Yeah.
And I mean, they're the same. Like, there's a lot of same stuff. Sean gets his arm. I mean, Sean gets killed and everything in the beginning, but there's times where the shark, it'll have its point of view of like, it'll be like eating, it'll go after another fish, and then it starts going after, and he's like, the shark's like, why am I why am I chasing these people? What
Oh,
is
it
this?
actually has the point of view of the shark.
It has its
Wow.
thoughts. Like, I don't know. Why am I can't, I'm hungry, but I'm not eating. I'm going to, why am I leaving? Why am I going down to this water? Like, why am I doing what I'm doing? Like, I can't control myself. And so I'm saying, it sounds corny when I say it, but the well it's done is like, it's trying to show you this was
It
all
makes
driven
sense,
by
though.
voodoo.
Honestly, why didn't they? So, okay, so the author must have came up with this to explain the movie then, because unless this was cut.
Well, this is the same. So the same thing happened with the director. There were issues with the original Jaws too. There's like a totally different director. It was going to be more mob oriented. So when you're trying to line up for marketing purposes, when you're trying to line up a novelization, you'll get a script that's maybe not finalized, but that Jaws 2 changed. That's what I mean. If you read Jaws 2 novelization, completely different, right?
Wow.
Jaws 4, the same. Jaws Revenge, the same thing. I don't know about Jaws 3, and Jaws originally was written by Peter Benchley, right? So I guess they brought him back because part 2 sold a lot of book copies.
Yeah.
I guess he had gotten once again, an original part of the script. So maybe early on, but a lot of that might have gotten cut out because the guy had to shoot this movie in what I say it was before, like 7 months or 8 months.
6 or 7 months? My God.
Crazy. Build a shark.
When you say it more and more, it makes sense. I mean, and for what they did, I got to say it again. I think it looks pretty damn good.
And the bad
voodoo.
So the villain, our main antagonist in Jaws of Revenge, is this witch doctor.
So smart.
Not the shark. The shark is being controlled by this guy. And the shark can't stop. The shark wants to stop, can't stop. Because it's like, I'm not where I'm supposed to be. Like, I'm not in my right environment. I'm not eating. You know, it's very cool.
I took a trip to the Bahamas.
Yeah, right. It's like, yeah, I should charge people. Why am I not starting my own business? I'm chasing this family. I'm trying to eat old ladies.
This water is very hot.
Yeah, water's too hot.
It's so warm
I'm sinking
for me.
boats. I mean, I'm sinking planes. Like, I don't know. That's always something interesting too. If you ever have a chance to read it, it sells for a lot of money. I wish I would have kept it. I wish I would have kept it.
Damn.
I'm sure there might be like a cheaper electronic version or something, like a Kindle.
The Kindle version. Although nothing beats physical media, right?
Absolutely not. And it has like the original poster. It has that same poster
that you saw in the theaters.
Yep. That one.
So
that teaser.
Memories.
Wow. What's wrong with me? I don't know. Just you can only keep so much stuff when you're in an apartment. So I have a house now. I say that, but back then,
amen. That is the truth.
Yeah, probably sold it to somebody for a nickel. They probably already sold it for like $300 on eBay.
Oh man, no! I hope whoever has it is cherishing it.
Yeah, I hope they read it and they didn't use it as firewood because it's definitely interesting. Yeah, that's what I say. That's the one thing I do to defend the movie is that I think there was some kind of voodoo background, which would have made sense. Hoagie was the whole book too. Another interesting thing is Hoagie's character. The reason Mike doesn't like him is because he's rumored to be a drug dealer. He's helping a drug lord drive a drug in his plane, and it come to find out at the end that he's an undercover Fed. And he's in a deep cover, and he busts this drug thing at the end. So
they made this movie like,
dude,
wow,
totally legitimized. I mean, for as much as it is, but I can get with the voodoo. So it's like, how does the shark know where everybody is? Why is it going after the Brodies? It's not. It's the revenge is not the shark mad because Sheriff Brody killed. The revenge is the witch doctor. Using the shark. That's the revenge against Mike Brody.
So someone might say that's jumping the shark. Well, I didn't even intend that, but jumping the shark, yes. But to me, that explains everything, and I'm fine now. To me, the voodoo, because it makes sense. The Bahamas, his deepest fears. So smart. So
Yep.
smart.
And he curses the whole family. He curses not only Mike, but his
And
whole
there you
family.
go.
This
Sean.
witch doctor's a dick. Voodoo doctor.
Does the witch doctor or the voodoo doctor come back into play again? Do you remember?
I guess they finally figure out, like, I guess, like, if I remember correctly, it's been a while, but the witch doctor has, like, you know, he has his spiel at the end that he's the one doing it. I wouldn't have gotten away
The
with it if it wasn't for this dastardly Jake guy and his little shocker that they. No, they wind up. There's a thing at the very end with the witch doctor, and I guess whatever he's doing, I think he gets arrested or something. He gets busted. Something happens.
By Hoagie.
I think it has to do with Hoagie, and that's when, I think it. Oh my gosh, we're trying to remember that very last part, but.
Can cursing people get you arrested? I wonder, though.
No, but it was the reason why Mike and him had a fallout to begin with. That's what I mean. That's where it started.
Okay.
Like, Mike called
something going on in the
doing something illegal, and kind of salted the witch doctor's game. So the voodoo guy's like, "I'm going to put a voodoo curse on you and your whole family." He doesn't tell Mike this; he just does it.
I think that's so smart.
So Mike finds out later. Everyone doesn't know why this is happening. Well, we know because the witch doctor. We know because the shark
is telling. Yeah,
and then that's where all this telepathy and stuff comes from. The shark doesn't even know what's doing.
That's actually, man, oh man,
it's a little deeper.
Definitely. And does it in the book? Do you remember if Ellen and Hoagie get together as well?
Yeah,
they fly off into the sunset.
They fly off into the sunset. They get together at the very end, and Mike is like, he was, so I was wrong about you because he's an undercover agent, Fed. Yeah. So, and he's been doing this for so many years that I think now he's up for like an extended vacation, because they say that like after you come out of deep cover, you're like, you know, you have to see like a shrink, like you have to normalize yourself again, like to who you really, you know, so.
Because he's playing a different living as a different person. Wow.
Yeah. And it's this whole mafia thing. So, or not mafia, just some kind of like crime lord.
Syndicate.
Yeah. Where the second movie, I think, was the mafia.
The mafia,
yes. Yeah. So, but with that whole thing with like Amity trying to reopen. So that's, I mean, I think I covered everything. I mean, that's, like I say, there's different versions on TV. There's different endings. I just remember in the video store, they would have that blow up Jaws, the Revenge thing that would hang like a little fake shark or whatever.
Can you imagine finding one of those on like an eBay or something and like having that hanging up? Ooh,
they're there. Yeah, they're like $75 or something. Like the last time I looked last summer, it was $75. I tried to buy one for here to hang him.
Can you? Please keep an eye out for those. Please, maybe someone don't even know. Like, oh, $20.
I'm just gonna do a kindness for GCap. Yeah.
If anyone out there has a video store display of Jaws: The Revenge inflatable, please think about.
Oh gosh,
this lovely man here. He is truly one of the biggest Jaws fans around. Look at this. Look behind him.
I will do the opposite in the book of the bad curse. I'll give you a good curse for you and your family. Good vibes or whatever. So good things will happen. You'll hit the lottery or something. That's how much it means to me.
Hell, I'll take that. P.O. box below.
Oh my god, yeah, that's what I mean. It's not a great movie. So Jaws of Revenge, I would say it's my favorite shark comedy because you laugh at all this badness.
I love that.
When you think about, when you try to be fair, because it's all fun to like, let's make fun of somebody, but most of these people have never tried to make a movie or anything, right?
Exactly.
Armchair quarterbacks are the worst, right? So he was given an impossible challenge. He still pulled it off. It is still a competent movie.
Cohesive. Right? Besides like the mystery of, okay, why is the shark, whatever, which is solved now thanks to the novelization and Jeff.
Yep. You've got a great, you put the book into there too. Like it all kind of adds up where you were like, so yeah, you were kind of going for like, I mean, Jaws is hard, but like, I mean, you were going for almost like some kind of possession, some like supernatural. There was a real supernatural curse, like, you know.
Which I think, man, oh man, it might have changed things for this movie if a little thing like that added in.
Yeah. Something like that. And the whole thing with Hoagie being an undercover. I mean, you have a whole thing that the Jaws the series, Jaws the Revenge the series.
There we go, Jaws the series.
Yeah,
we'll call this Retribution.
Yeah, yeah. I really hope they never remake Jaws. It would be. I will listen. I said the same thing about the original Evil Dead movie when that was made. That was I like. I mean, I know it's very not popular to say, but Evil Dead 2 I love.
Oh, I love
more than Evil Dead 2. Yeah.
Oh, I agree. And Army of Darkness is pretty damn good too, but
oh yeah, those two are great. I mean, like I say, you don't have those two without the original Evil Dead. So you have to give
exactly.
That Evil Dead remake is my favorite remake.
It was brutal. And I remember being in the theater like, wow, I'm surprised even we're allowed to get away with what they did with that movie.
I went in there expecting to hate it and could not wait to see it. And I was like, wow, that was really good. Like,
it's like no Bruce Campbell.
And I bought the I mean, back when like before steelbooks were a thing, I actually when it first came out, I went to Target and got the exclusive steelbook. Like that was
they used to have those exclusively, right? Yes,
years ago. I still have it. I haven't even opened it. I still have it wrapped because I'm like, wow, look at this. Like I didn't know about that. Was like 2013 or something, 14. Like
maybe something to show on the GCap recap. Oh,
I might have already been planning it.
Even better.
I wanted to show it, so that's it. Well, gosh, what's this? Well, God, we've gone 90 minutes. You could have watched Jaws the Revenge in the time.
But why watch Jaws the Revenge when you can get insight like this? Ellen sweaters.
Yeah, I wish I had like, you know, my brain worked to like help solve a disease or something versus this. But I have this all useless. I have not, like I said, I haven't seen Jaws the Revenge in I don't know how long fully.
I just saw that he hasn't. Yep. This is amazing because I watched it last night again. I have to repeat this.
Yeah.
It's blurry for me. And I've seen it. Jeff hasn't seen it, and he knew scene by scene. Amazing. Yeah. So, Jeff.
That's my superpower.
Yeah. Great. And I'm thankful for it. I don't know if anyone else is, but I know I am.
Hopefully everybody enjoyed this.
I hope they did. And where can the lovely people find you when you aren't hanging out over here?
Well, it's funny you bring that up.
That's right. You have to get intimate to talk to the crowd.
Yeah. GCap Recap on YouTube, just 2 words. And I'm on Instagram a lot. So if you ever want to chat with me, if you want to be like, yo, dude, you know way too much about Jaws Revenge. No,
if you have an extra Jaws Revenge blow up promo.
I'm trying to do more stuff on Instagram. So it's GCap Recap, all one word. If you follow me, I'll follow you back. I just do that for everybody. So I'm not worried about what's it called, ratio or whatever that's called.
Good man.
Is that right word? Ratio, like.
It sounds pretty good. Look at us YouTubing, and we're
schwankies. But yeah, no, please. I love that. I love to interact with people on my social channels. So I'm on Twitter sometimes, GCap Recap. But yeah, I don't know when exactly this is coming out, but probably the mid towards end of September is going to be the new GCap Recap season with new graphics and all that stuff. So, and I do live streams, and I'd like to have Ryan come to the bar with me, and we'll do a live stream here. We'll do it in reverse. I would like that. Of course, excited. by the time this airs, right, we would have already done wrestling, because we're on like a Terminator timeline right now, right? Like
it's speaking of Terminator. You're right. We're gonna have done our first live Radical Wrestling recap.
That's right. There's a lot of wrestling stuff. So by this time, I'm sure so much more has happened. But yeah, we'll be doing that. But I would like to have him for an official GCap recap.
I can anytime. I would be honored. I would be honored, and I'll have all of Jeff's information in the video below, here, there, Instagram. I'll put all of his stuff on. Couldn't be a nicer person to interact with and talk to. So please follow, support this amazing gentleman. And you could always reach the Radical Retro Rewind podcast, all one word, on Instagram and here on YouTube, where I'm assuming you're seeing this right now.
Yeah, and if you're just catching him for the first time, go watch his stuff, man. It's funny. It's got it came from the basement, which are amazing. He just did the summer camp with. I'm sad that the summer's over. There's no, we're gonna reach the end of all the Friday the 13th. We've been doing Friday the 13th every week of podcasts, and they're great. Give you a different insight. So that's great too. So
thank you so much. And this is kind of be like our end of summer celebration.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, bringing in the end of summer with Jaws Revenge, everybody. Thank you again. Thank you again, Jeff, for joining me for this. I had a blast. Can't wait to do more with you in the future. So thank you again.
Thank you for having me on. Same, man. I think this was great. I had a lot of fun.
And thank you for watching as I lose my voice.
Well, better now, right? Than before.
That's right at the end.
Yeah.
Take care.
Bye, everyone.